Join us for the 2021 Catholic High School graduations on Catholic Television of San Antonio, Spectrum Channel 15, and on Facebook and YouTube. As a supporter of Catholic school education, we invite you to join our seniors as they celebrate this milestone in their education. Brought to you by Catholic Schools in the Archdiocese of San Antonio, the University of the Incarnate Word, St. Mary's University, Our Lady of the Lake University, and Today's Catholic.
That we would like to send to you. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And God said, "Let there be light."
Viva Cristo Rey! Viva! Viva Cristo Rey! Viva!
This is television that inspires. Catholic Television of San Antonio, CTSA, Channel 15.
You are watching CTSA television that inspires.
Join us for the 2021 Catholic High School graduations on Catholic Television of San Antonio, Spectrum Channel 15, and on Facebook and YouTube. As a supporter of Catholic school education, we invite you to join our seniors as they celebrate this milestone in their education. Brought to you by Catholic schools in the Archdiocese of San Antonio, the University of the Incarnate Word, St. Mary's University, Our Lady of the Lake University, and Today's Catholic.
Catholic schools in the Archdiocese of San Antonio are rooted in gospel values and committed to academic excellence. From early childhood and preschool programs through high school, our 37 Catholic schools across South Central Texas focus on educating the whole child. Learn more about Catholic schools in the Archdiocese of San Antonio by going to our website at www.sacatholicschools.org.
Good evening. We're here. Yes, please. Yes, we are here. Welcome to the 54th commencement exercises of Antonian College Preparatory High School. My name is Mrs. Diane Montemayor, Assistant Principal, and on behalf of the Archdiocese of San Antonio, the Antonian School Council, the staff, faculty, and administration, and especially the graduating class, I thank friends and family for joining us. Without your care and support, these young men and women of the class of 2021 would not be here. Tonight we celebrate in a special way and in a public manner the completion of the course of studies for our graduating seniors. Before we continue with our evening, I do want to let you know that we are inviting you that if you are fully vaccinated and wish to remove your mask, I don't know that I see too many, but if you have any and you feel comfortable, you may remove your mask for the evening. We begin our evening, as we do all things at Antonian, with prayer. And so we ask you to stand for the invocation led by Father Mark Clark.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Heavenly Father, we gather tonight as an Antonian family with a spirit of joy, hope, and thanksgiving as we recognize and honor this graduating class. We pray for these graduates and lift them up before you with gratitude for the times of great discovery and learning, for the friends they've made, for the days of joy and laughter, for the trials and hardships that brought them together and made them stronger as a class. Protect and watch over all of us gathered here, graduates, families, friends, teachers, and administrative staff. We also remember those from our Antonian family and the class of 2021 who we lost this year, Joseph Aravelis and Nicholas Sines. Grant their families consolation and peace. In difficult times, we turn to you, who give us hope and new life. We ask your special blessing on the parents and families. We're grateful for their love and sacrifice that they make in support of these graduates. May their sons and daughters always honor and appreciate them. May we experience your spirit in our lives, and we may be strengthened and instilled with hope. You have provided us with all good things, so fill our hearts with your love and grace, so that we may use every gift for your greater glory. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Don't sit yet. In the scramble for our pivot, we did forget one detail. We don't have a U.S. flag in here. But we will now ask you to remain standing for the national anthem, which will be sung by members of the class of 2021. Evan J. Menendez, Kayla Faith Ramirez, Danielle Andrea Robertson, Juliana Smith Etienne, Mariah Solis, and Marissa Ann Valdespino. In addition, the unsung hero, Miss Holly Martinez, yes. And believe me, she's been a major unsung hero today. In addition to our seniors who are singing, we are very proud to say that for the first time, we have students from Antonian's American Sign Language program, Suheli Murmeya, Shay Weisman, and Ella Peterson, who will be signing the national anthem for us. Please face the flag.
At the twilight's last sweet
Thank you so much to all of our students. At this time, we would like to introduce members of our stage party. You all may be seated, including the seniors. First, we introduce Mr. Tim Peterson, Principal. Mrs. Marty West, Superintendent of Catholic Schools. Mrs. Stephanie Ramon, Dean of Academics. Mrs. Adela Segura, Dean of Students. Father Mark Clark. And Father Brian Garcia, an alumnus of the class of 2004. Our stage party may be seated as well. We now wish to honor some individual students. Each year, Antonian College Preparatory High School recognizes the students who have achieved the highest academic rank. At our honor ceremony held earlier this semester, these students were presented with a medal for their achievements. The first graduate we honor is Zoe Elizabeth Hackert. Zoe, would you please stand and remain standing for a moment? Zoe has earned the position of second highest ranking senior in the class of 2021, and we now ask Zoe's parents to stand and be recognized at this time. Zoe plans to attend the University of Texas, and it is with great pride that Antonian College Preparatory High School offers its congratulations to Zoe Elizabeth Hackert. Zoe, you may be seated. The next graduate we honor is Monique Katia Tran. Monique, would you please stand? Monique has earned the position of highest ranking senior of the class of 2021. We ask Monique's parents to stand and be recognized at this time as well. Monique also plans to attend the University of Texas. It is with great pride that Antonian College Preparatory High School offers its congratulations to Monique Katia Tran. Let's offer a round of applause. Thank you, Monique. You can have a seat. At this time, we're going to stray away from our program for just a moment. There is a set of principles which every member of the Antonian community is called to abide by. These principles form the Antonian standard. One of the principles is responsibility, and it's an important one that we try to impart to our students. As part of this standard, we state that we all must be able to answer for one's actions, taking ownership for them, whether positive or negative. To model this for our community, the administration would like to acknowledge that at our senior breakfast this past Sunday, recognition for one of the members of the class of 2021 was mistakenly omitted. Because we've not had another forum since then to correct this, I would ask Adriana Marie Rodriguez to please stand at this time. Adriana was a member of our girls basketball program and should have received her honorary 4-year Letterman stole on Sunday. But because we did not recognize her then, we want to give her the recognition she deserves now. And so please join me in offering applause for Adriana. You can have a seat. At this time, we wish to recognize the remaining 8 students who round out our top 10 students by academic rank. Students, when I call your name, please stand to be recognized and remain standing until all are called. In alphabetical order, they are Megan Elizabeth Beach, Annalise Sarah Cortines, Michael Christian Fry, Andrea Musi, Kelsey Brooke Silva. Caitlin Elizabeth Holzman. Michelle Marie Oyarzabal. Marissa Ann Valdespino. Congratulations to these students. You may be seated. Each year, it is the policy of Antonian College Preparatory High School to offer to the graduates who are ranked number 1 through 10 the opportunity to be considered to deliver a graduation address to the respective graduating class. This evening, we will hear messages from 2 of our graduates. I first welcome to the podium Marissa Ann Valdespino.
Good afternoon, teachers, families, friends, and of course, members of the class of 2021. I'm sure many of y'all know me, but if you don't, my name is Marissa Valdespino. And a fair warning before I start my speech, I really like to say y'all, so if you hear it a lot, I'm sorry. Okay, graduates. I want to start off by giving each of y'all a big congratulations. Despite everything the world has thrown at us, somehow we did it. We made it all the way to graduation. 4 short years ago, we as a class wore our childish adolescence awkwardly as we attempted to navigate high school. Freshmen, little fishies as some referred to us. The foreign walls and classrooms seemed like a maze, the cafeteria line a mile long, and many of the seniors could quite literally be considered skyscrapers. Our cluelessness was blatantly obvious, and sometimes it even transferred over into the classroom. Did we have an entire debate that the sun didn't produce heat? Yes, we did. Shout out to Mr. Bernal. Although we had a lot to learn, one thing we did understand was that we needed to support each other, through thick and thin, no matter what. That even included the heartbreak that came when we didn't win Spirit Week. Yeah, I know, freshmen should be able to beat seniors, right? Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and eventually we were sophomores. No longer little fishies, but still somewhat wandering. Mr. Clogy, I'm not sure where you are, but I'd like to personally thank you for teaching me what it truly means to be stressed out all the time, and for the memories that accompanied the word story time. So, world history was quite the AP class. Along with that came Facing Central, Legally Blonde, a state title in boys basketball, and many, many more memories and achievements. Alas, the ever-dreaded junior year. We struggled through the challenging classes, insane schedules, and sometimes sleepless nights. Sure, some, actually most of us, began to experience symptoms of senioritis by then. We got through it. We even managed to almost win Spirit Stick again. But hey, things happen, you know? But now, here we are, full with overwhelming senioritis, completely done with high school. We are through with College Board, thankfully, and yes, I say that with every fiber of my body. We had our fair share of state titles, we have performed phenomenal theater productions, and we have made memories that will keep forever. Given everything that has happened this year, it wouldn't make sense for me to stand here and not talk about the immense measure of strength, kindness, and endurance this senior class has shown. Each and every one of us has been beyond blessed to have known Joseph and Nick. We as a class know that the world will never be the same without them, and that their incredible lives and memories made with them will forever be in our hearts. And for those of y'all on the outside looking in, you have been able to see how the lives of 2 wonderful men have affected the Antonian community. When coming into high school, many of us were told by family or friends that wherever we go, we'll find a home. I thought it was some cliche phrase people said so meager 8th grade graduates wouldn't be frightened. But that was not the case at all. Throughout the years, and particularly this year, it has been evident that the Antonian community is a home for all of us. I watched as friends reached out to one another, showing nothing but kindness. Teachers, coaches, and directors stayed after school to talk to students to make sure they were all right. That is a home to me. A home can be whatever you wish it to be, but I believe that the people are the ones who truly make it. So yes, I consider Antonian to be my home, and the people, my family. Take a look at the graduates here today. Future lawyers, doctors, professional athletes, Broadway actors, you name it, this graduating class probably has it. I know for a fact this class has learned to be there for each other, even more so than when we were freshmen getting lost in the halls. Classmates, although we are going our separate ways, a part of us will always be with the Antonian community. We have learned many, many things, especially that failure only comes when we stop trying, and that the people we choose to be around greatly impact our lives. Antonian has given us the foundation we need to go into the world and make it a better place. We came here to learn and grow as people, and now we can take what we have learned and use it to serve others. Not only do we have the intellectual ability to solve difficult problems and concepts, we have the morals and values to do so with respect. I know that each of y'all will impact every single person you meet. The people you'll cross paths with will be filled with hope and happiness simply by knowing y'all. Wherever you may be going, always strive to better yourselves and the lives of others at the same time. To quote Mr. Peterson, wear the red, walk the walk, and make a difference. Whatever your new school color may be, wear the Antonian red in your heart. Go out into the world and make it your own. Go make a difference. Class of 2021, it was an absolutely incredible 4 years, and I wish y'all nothing but the absolute best. Thank you.
Thank you, Marissa. I now invite Michelle Marie Oyarzabal to the stand, please.
I plead with you, never give up on hope, never doubt, never tire, and never become discouraged. Be not afraid. St. Pope John Paul II. Good evening. My name is Michelle Oyarzabal, a proud member of the class of 2021 of Antonian College Preparatory High School. At the beginning of this speech, I chose the words of Blessed St. Pope John Paul II to represent the class of 2021, because after the year all of us have faced, students, family members, and teachers, we can now truly describe each one of ourselves as both resilient and hopeful. Our hope has conquered the year of fear. When each one of us was separated from one another, limited to screens for so long, we kept hope within ourselves and worked to become the best rising adults we could be before we stepped foot into the real world. And now we are here, gathered together, to recognize all of our accomplishments and all of our hard work in academics, in athletics, in the arts, and in our spiritual lives, and most especially as a class family. The class of 2021 could have become as triumphant from the strength, support, and love given to us, both by the Antonian team and from our families. Before I continue, I wish to dedicate a moment of silence for the beloved members of our class who are not here with us today, but will never be forgotten. Joseph Ereveas and Nick Sainz, who were not only our peers and our classmates, but our friends. They will never be forgotten, especially in the hearts of our class. As we are all members of the body of Christ, Joseph and Nick were members of our Antonian family and are loved as one family together. Thank you, Joseph, and thank you, Nick, for being there for us when we needed you. Ever since the end of junior year and the beginning of our senior year, the class of 2021 had little hope. The upcoming year, the senior year many of us had dreamed of, was not going to be the way we planned. We doubted we can enjoy our senior year the way we were supposed to. Some of us even became discouraged over the fact that high school would never be the same again. However, within our hearts, we kept hope. Antonian faculty kept hope that our student body could go to school like normal again. Our parents kept the hope that we would still be able to enjoy one of the most important years of our life. The class of 2021 kept hope. Hope that we would reunite once again as a group inside of our classrooms, as a tribe on the bleachers outside, and as a family here in the auditorium. We were not afraid. Although the constant doubt we could go back to school like before did not stop us, the class of 2021 persisted through hope. Our class, facing the anxiety of taking tests and AP exams after learning remotely, felt scared, but nevertheless persevered. When high schools across the city did not have in-person class options, opportunities to visit the campus, and canceled their proms, seniors were left devastated, while Antonian upheld their promise to make sure our senior year would be the best it could be, even with all the changes, and our hope as a senior class came through. This is what makes the class of 2021 so remarkable. In the face of struggle, discouragement, doubt, terror, and even loss, we persevered. After all of the hardships our class has faced, we will no longer doubt, we will not tire out, and we will not be discouraged by whatever life throws at us. Now, I wish to thank all of the Antonian staff, faculty, and administration on behalf of my class for being such a great and vital part of our lives here at Antonian. Since welcoming our class, one of the largest and most talented, to the school, we have had the blessing of real, caring, and family-like relationships with the staff from freshman year to senior year. Thank you to the math department for teaching us not only how to memorize formulas, but to solve problems. Thank you to the science department for showing us the science in our everyday lives. Thank you to the English department for showing us that the words we read and write are not mere paragraphs to skim, but narratives to understand. Thank you to the social studies department for showing us that our history is not just to be memorized, but to be learned and remembered forever. Thank you to our language departments for guiding us in the languages and cultures of the world. Thank you to all of our athletic coaches and directors for showing us how to play fair and at our most exemplary form. Thank you to our directors of the arts who helped us explore our inner creativity. Thank you to our religion teachers and administrators for being our guides in the faith that unites this beautiful Antonian community together. Thank you so much to all other members of the Antonian faculty who I have not mentioned, whose hard work does not go unnoticed. Most especially, we wish to thank Antonian's administrative team for everything they have done for our class this year. In a year full of doubt, you all did not give up on our class having a normal senior year. You all did not tire after working hard every day to make sure we could enjoy this year to the maximum. Thanks to you and all of Antonian's team, the class of 2021 was able to experience school one last time, as close to normality as possible, with in-person classes, real lunch tables, prom, and a real graduation. Lastly, but certainly not the least, we wish to thank our parents and family members. It was you, our families, who loved us so much that you allowed us to have one of life's greatest gifts, an education. And not just any education, but a private Catholic education. An education that taught us not only fundamental knowledge of the core subjects, but of the Roman Catholic faith, which has prepared us for the rest of our lives. The class of 2021 is extremely and eternally grateful to you, parents. To my fellow class members, despite this year having flown by, we should not forget all the amazing things we have experienced and achieved. As we are all so talented and hardworking, we have had members of our class who have become national merit finalists and semifinalists, national, state, and regional champions for a variety of sports and activities, recognition for our outstanding musicians, actors, and tech crew. We enjoyed the sudden arrival of TikTok, the beautiful senior retreats and IHS retreats that we were able to have. And we were even able to actually have a senior prom. Now, we conclude high school together, known for the strong, proud, and wonderful community we have strengthened since our arrival. The class of 2021 has certainly worn the red, walked the walk, and made the difference upon our exit. As a message to my class, I wish to tell you all, as mentioned by St. Pope John Paul II and stated in the Bible, to not be afraid. I understand how excited yet scared many of us feel about closing this chapter of our lives and starting a new one in a new place with new people, and all of the doubt that comes with that. However, if we were able to work hard through exhaustion, through discouragement, through loss, and through fear, and still made it here to our graduation day, we have no need to fear anymore. God will always be with us. Just as we hoped and pressed on this year, that resilience of ours will allow us to reach our goals, succeed in college, and achieve our dreams for the rest of our lives. All we need to do to get to our destination is to not be afraid of what is to come. As our faith in God, strong hope, and time has taught us, I plead with you, never give up on hope, never doubt, never tire, and never become discouraged. Be not afraid. Thank you all for being here today to celebrate us. May God bless you all. To my fellow graduates, we did it! After everything we fought through, we made it happen. Congratulations to all of us. Go forward without fear, but with gratitude, courage, faith, and hope. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. At this time, I now invite Mr. Tim Peterson, our principal, to offer his address.
Thank you. Let me begin by saying I wish I had been smart enough to speak before Marissa and Michelle, because those are going to be tough performances to top. Good evening. Before all else, congratulations to the class of 2021. I am very proud of you. Thank you, parents, for your belief in Catholic education and your trust in Antonian College Preparatory High School. Thank you, too, to students, teachers, staff, administration, and school council for your dedication and hard work. Without question, the past year and a half have presented considerable challenges. I am proud of how well we worked together to overcome the obstacles we have faced. It is a testament to your resilience and dedication. Please join me in offering a warm Antonian welcome to Mrs. Marty West, Superintendent of Catholic Schools for the Archdiocese of San Antonio. I would like to offer a special welcome this evening to the families of Joseph Aravelis and Nicholas Sines, members of the class of 2021, who made positive, significant, and lasting impressions on our Antonian community. We are gathered this evening to celebrate the achievements of these graduates at an institution rooted in the Catholic faith and dedicated to the proposition that it will serve society well, to prepare young men and women to serve God and others. It is truly a great day to be an Apache. Now, graduates, however, before you can begin to move on to the next phase of your lives, you must undergo the last grueling hurdle in your career here at Antonian, the principal's commencement address. This morning at the beautiful baccalaureate mass, Bishop Gary gave a beautiful short homily, and he asked for acknowledgement of his short homily. What he did not tell you was that he had yielded some of his time to me this evening, and I intend to use it. The education you have received at Antonian isn't meant to be the same as you could have received at scores of other high schools, public and private, in this area and across the country. You've been given an education that says it's not enough to be smart,
to test well, to have a skill, not enough to have read all the books, remember all the formulas, or know all the facts. The honor code that you took, the ethics you have been taught, and the values we profess demand more than that. Antonian is a Catholic high school. Its justification for existing is because it has a special mission, training young men and women to help shape the world and the future. And that now means you have a special obligation and responsibility. You have been blessed with extraordinary opportunities. Our motto is, enter to learn, go forth to serve. You have now officially completed part 1. Now you embark on the second, more difficult task, to serve. You are called to bear witness to good, to values, to justice, to the virtues of the Catholic faith. From time to time over the last 4 years, I have encouraged you to wear the red, walk the walk, and make a difference. Tonight will be one of those times. As I thought about what message I wanted to share with you this evening, the last time I would address you as a class, I recalled another commencement address, a story that I first heard 40 years ago in 1981. I had just finished my second year as a teacher and coach at my alma mater in California. The address was given by our principal, Father Ed Reese. Some years later, in 2008, Father Reese would take the national stage when he was asked to deliver the invocation at the Republican National Convention. And 10 years after that, in 2018, he delivered the homily at the National Cathedral in Washington, D.C. for the funeral of Senator John McCain. Father Reese has always been a great storyteller. Currently, he's the president of St. Ignatius College Preparatory in San Francisco. He is still my good friend, and these days we talk weekly via Zoom. The story he told at the commencement 40 years ago is a simple story, but the message resonated for me, and I hope it resonates for you. The original story, The Star Thrower, was published by an anthropologist, philosopher, and writer named Lauren Isley as part of an essay in 1969. The story has been adapted a couple of times, most recently in 2010. The story goes like this. An old man had a habit of early morning walks on the beach. One day after a storm, as he looked down the beach, he saw a human figure in the distance moving like a dancer, maybe even an Antonian silver dancer. As he came closer, he saw that it was a young woman, and she was not dancing, but rather she was reaching down into the sand, picking up something and gently throwing it into the ocean. As he approached her, he inquired what she was doing. She paused, looked up, and replied, "Throwing starfish into the ocean. The sun is up, the tide is going out, and if I don't throw them in, they will die." He politely responded, "But young lady, do you not realize there are miles and miles of beach and starfish all along it? You cannot possibly make a difference." The young lady listened politely, paused, and then bent down and picked up another starfish and threw it into the sea, past the breaking waves, and saying, "It made a difference to that one." That is where Father Reese ended his story. In a recent adaptation, the story continued. The old man looked at the young woman inquisitively and thought about what she had done. Inspired, he joined her in throwing starfish back into the sea. Soon others joined, and all the starfish were saved. I don't think the story really needed that new ending. Yes, we love happy endings, and we wanted the starfish to be saved, but that's not why the young woman did what she did, or why he joined her. Rather than detaching or being overwhelmed by the task, she took action. She threw one back, and then another, and then another. She made a difference to each one she threw back, even though they may have added up to only a small, tiny percentage of the washed up, dying starfish. She did what she could. You see, what that young woman's actions represent is something that is special in each and every one of us. We have all been gifted with the ability to make a difference. And if we can, like that young woman, become aware of that gift, we gain through the strength of our vision the power to shape the future. How often do we look at some problem and feel paralyzed because it is too overwhelming? How often do we detach and think it's not our problem, or there's not much I can do? Racism, sexism, war, violence, poverty, the list goes on of seemingly intractable problems. It's so easy to get stuck in hopelessness, passivity, cynicism, and separation. It is so easy to get caught up in rumors and misinformation and negativity. Unfortunately, too often, that is our world. I encourage you, class of 2021, to live in a different world, the world of truth, the world of hope, the world of possibility. No matter how small or insignificant or futile one's actions may appear, actions matter. One person, one life at a time, what we do matters. In the words of St. John the 23rd, consult not your fears, but your hopes and your dreams. Think not about your frustrations, but about your unfulfilled potential. Concern yourself not in what you have tried and failed in, but in what is still possible to do. So instead of thinking what you can't do, consider what you can do. What is one action you can take? What is the smallest action you can take? Maybe you can make a bigger difference than you think. Look at a problem in your life, one that seems insurmountable, and think of the tiniest action you can take. It doesn't even matter what it is, as long as it is in the direction of health and resolution, and then do it. As Pope Francis said, push onward toward the highest principles. Stake your lives on noble ideas. You have a special obligation and responsibility. You have been blessed with extraordinary talents and extraordinary opportunities. And as St. Luke tells us, to whom much is given, much is expected. It has been said that no exercise is better for the human heart than reaching down to lift up another person. Be the reason someone feels welcomed, valued, loved, and supported. Take that as your charge. Take that as your challenge. That is your opportunity. You must each find your starfish. I hope that years from now, perhaps at a time when you have doubts, you will remember this commencement and the story of the star thrower. When I first spoke to you as freshmen, I challenged you to make Antonian better, and you have done that. Tonight I challenge you again. Make the world better. Work for justice and work for peace. Again, in the words of St. John the 23rd, do not walk through time without leaving worthy evidence of your passage. And so, as you prepare to move on, remember this: love everybody, help the poor, walk in confidence, and pray every chance you get. Do this and you will walk with God. You have learned much and have much to learn. I pray that you will be blessed. Look to the future for the opportunities it holds for service. Have faith in your foundations. There will be times when you have doubts, when you will be shaken. It happens to all of us. Have faith. Do well, but also do good. Persevere. Derive strength from your years here, and with courage, grace, and an overall sense of optimism, move forward to embrace the future. Now here you are today, side by side, wearing silly hats. And as you face an open road that leads away, and as tomorrow calls your name, I pray that your steps will be bold and your footprints will last 1,000 years. Go forward with courage to continue your journey. Be a star thrower. But come back often. Share your stories. Walk the walk, wear the red, make a difference, inspire us. It's a great day to be an Apache. Take care of one another. Be careful tonight. Stay safe. Stay Apache strong. Roll Tribe. God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Peterson. It's now time for the official part of our ceremony, the conferring of diplomas. I would ask that Mr. Peterson take his place in front of the diplomas. Mrs. Marty West, Superintendent of Catholic Schools, will offer her congratulations to the students, and I would ask her to take her place. To direct our students for presentation is Mrs. Yasmina Turner, Senior Class Moderator, and Mrs. Patricia Valadez, Senior Theology Teacher. Mrs. Turner and Mrs. Valadez, would you please take your places? I now invite Mrs. Stephanie Ramon, Dean of Academics, to the podium for the presentation of the graduates.
Mr. Peterson, on behalf of the faculty of Antonian College Preparatory High School, I hereby present to you the class of 2021 for graduation. With the presentation of the class, our registrar and college advisement counselors have certified that these students have completed the requirements for graduation as prescribed by the Southern Association College of Schools, the Texas Education Agency, the Texas Catholic Conference Education Department, and the faculty of Antonian College Preparatory High School, and therefore are presented to you for the conferral of their diplomas. We begin with our two student leaders, followed by the remainder of the class of 2021 in alphabetical order. Victoria Diane Garza, 2020-2021 Executive Student Council President. Carolina Laura Alvarez, 2020-2021 Senior Class President. David Esteban Aguilar, Travis Everett Aguilar. Wilfredo D. Amaro III. Daniela Arenas. Brian Amari Armstrong. Lane Grace Garza Armstrong. Isabella Arias Avila. Megan Elizabeth Beach. Jackson John Beckel. Elijah Beninato. Tristan Cole Billisa. Maximiliano Dominic Bobadilla. Catherine Mary Bodish. Carissa Faye Beckman. Dalton Joseph Beckman. Will Latimer Bommersbach. Patricio Cadena. Juan P. Calixto. Angelica Cantu. Stephen Alexander Corrales. Nicholas James Carson. Julian Gianni Casanova. Charles Padadon Casey. Angelina Game Casillas. Bianca Brianna Castellano. Candice Chanel Castellano. Caleb Pete Castro. Alexandria Alyssa Chavez. Tomás Antonio Chavira. Timothy Scott Clary. Catherine Elizabeth Clausewitz. Cora Sue Colbert. Jonathan Jaquez Conwell. Annalise Sarah Cortines. Ileana Robideau Cruz. Kayla Lynette Davis. Jerónimo de Espín. Christiana Isabel De Leon. Roan Phoenix Stepenya. Paul Everett Devlin. Sean Caleb Dewey. Bridget Cecilia Dick. Victoria Alexandra Dominguez. Alexis Andrea Duenas. At this time, we ask you to take a moment. I'm so sorry, I jumped. At this time, we ask you to take a moment of silence to remember a special member of the class of 2021, Joseph Anthony Aravelis. Although he is no longer with us, he is forever in our hearts. Nathaniel Estrada. Nicholas Alan Farmer. Chance Alexander Felix. William Beaudry Fertitta. Hunter Austin Field. Aaron Flores. Carla Lucia Flores. Nicholas Alexander Flores. Kenneth Othel Fowler, Jr. Michael Christian Fry. Sofia Sanchez Galdiano. Julia Inez Garcia. Carly Rose Garcia. Asia Blue Garza. Benjamin Paul Garza. Antonian has a practice that a member of our faculty, staff, or school council who has a child graduating is afforded the opportunity to present the diploma to his or her child. Presenting the diploma to his son, Ben, is Antonian School Council member, Mr. Rudy. Elena Margaret Gilbert. Sarah Elizabeth Gimble. David Aiden Gomez. Brianna Jeanette Gonzalez. Maria del Carmen Gonzalez. Kristen Nicole Graybo. Gabriella Mary Grubbs. Victoria Ann Gizar. Zoe Elizabeth Hackert. Sophia Cecilia Hampton. Annalyn May Harrington. Hunter Buchanan Hayes. Fernando Carles Hermosillo. Ariana Marisol Hernandez. Madeline Hernandez. Arabella Marie Olguin. Caitlin Elizabeth Holzman. Eva Gabrielle Hospenthal. Colin Spencer Houston. Kenneth W. Hudnall. Giovanni Michael Inman. Evelyn Joyanna Jacobson. Zoe Rose Johnson. Patrick Christopher Kahanek. Mark Joseph Lavin III. Abigail Therese Lebers. Sydney Elizabeth Lever. Christian Nova Lopez. Ethan Robert Lopez. Eva Maria Lopez Ley. Ana Paula Lopez Yanez. Adrian Nicholas Lasoya. Presenting the diploma to her son Adrian is Antonian School Council member Mrs. Christy Lasoya. Come on. Marcus R. Lozano. Sebastian Lugo. Annalise Marie Macias. Andrea Graciela Martinez. Lorna Grace Martinez. Melissa Nicole Martinez. Robert Nicholas Martinez. Maddox Maurice McDonald. Presenting the diploma to his son Maddox is Antonian School Council member Mr. Touchstone McDonald. Erica Jane Melberger. Jadlyn Isabel Melendrez. Kinsley Faith Mendoza. Evan J. Menendez. Ruben Jaden Mavnella. David Andrew Michelson. Robert Austin Malika II. Amelia A. Montes. Damaris Leah Moreno. Caroline Marie Morris. Loic Montaigne.